e wa kwa bi ma somebody can catch them on Friday just a day to Christmas Eve na Christmas aba nti yeah a bit of everything bibianka krakra na obian so etimi any there kin I so ba na abesen kono na politicians no aba ye ne omo ba betwetwe nkomo na no pay wi a ye the bits and pieces of everything na ye ne nkomodie na to aso akosi 10 am ye be sorry so and na no pay penifo abekan sa ne otie nsani fa so eno ho Alhaji Halidu Haruna if your man penny as you Alhaji good morning and Merry Christmas.
Good morning.
Biaboko dear.
Happy returns. Let the Christmas be so exciting for the people of Ghana.
Yes.
Adom.
Biaboko. And after so no ora Kofi sayamia mikro muni na Esujaman MPP and you know so nyina o manemu into franka mrashi bidwa akonwa no ewo Esujaman opani emu akwaba official panso so
ye no yakaba afenko matwe
bronya be kwa
bronya word masa youth na won kra no ye bibi ho
na menti
nti e so bo modern neba na ne ebe ne se be hwe wo ma manye di ekwa nim no be se be ma mo nyina national health insurance cards ni bi
fact no e wona wo ya na
wo mo na ye bad me support one with
honorable development
se na be ya wo mo yare na se o mo ko hospital enye den ma wo nti e be na ya bo awo
unyanya ekra da no ase
ma me mfa wakwanya esu nchia so jamanfo nyina na me ma wo nyina afishia pa
ma me kan se Alhaji Halidu Haruna enso so ejina se ye betu ne so aba mo akọ eyemrashi bedwam e wa Ablekuma Central na enra eno ko filing nomination Alhaji ego ye
Wala se edie e wajide o Nyankopon so na ekoyi na me cover forms no na delegate nduduwa ebe endorse mami out of mitiminya all the branches ewo constituency no endorse 107 na me pese me fa o platform na me da obiasi enura ombe support me na in fact ni jinkwa na I only hope say yenkonya sa to me we na ye be disappoint Ablekuma Central for me bompa say menya na emfa asundwe mba Ablekuma Central emfa nkoso mba Ablekuma Central Nyankopon empengu but say menya na edi asundwe baba ebe mag Ablekuma Central for benya asundwe development na omo expecting human resource development na omo expecting metimi aboa Mr. Nyankopon say onfanse misa na minya djumani
ene ami Alhaji Halidu Haruna ne ora kofia samia na ya to omunkai na ena no pe nseme ne adwendwen ho enra enwumre na na danko akufo ado ne Central for twetwe nkomo ene ye de sansem ni bi e de bebrel ora Alfred Woyomi ho asem no guso ayekoso ema na TUC for nso kra de omano aba beto asem no mu bi na nado say President Mills and set up independent commission na on ora Alfred Woyomi asem no mu ora TUC for nso General Secretary ora Kofi asamwan so Akan say President and set up commission na to say entrance you Okufo ana say eden eno yen so ma ebedi ho nkomo na anopay na mo anko nanado press conference and as a media encounter and right no ye ko he nanado ni di nkan sembe no di tudwa ye ba ene mpanifo ahyase abobo.
There's now the latest issue on the table. I'm happy about one thing. President told us some time ago that there was no money to do the Apenkwa Ofanko road. There was even no money to support the single spine salary arrangement. But I'm happy to see that they were able to find 58 million CDs for Mr. Wyoming. At least we didn't leave a totally bare kitty, obviously, that they have been able to find this money. I think what has happened in this money, about this money, it calls for all of us to have a really look at our institutions and how we're going to work. In the circumstances, what the Ghanaian people would like to see is an inquiry that brings out the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Anything that resembles a cover-up. I hear today, I was given information that I don't want to believe is accurate, that the Attorney General, who's filed a writ for the refund of these monies, went to court today to say that he needed more time to study his own writ. Is it a novel ground for an adjournment, as far as I'm concerned, that the Attorney General comes to court unprepared to prosecute his own case, and that he now needs time to study again. All of these things are very disturbing. The minority in Parliament, the debate, has called for an independent committee of inquiry with institutional representation from the Parliament, the Bar Association, various bodies. I endorse that proposal wholeheartedly. I think that that has to be the way forward. In normal circumstances, it should be possible for the normal organs of our country to deal with these matters. The reconstituted serious fraud office, etc. But I think we can see from what is going on that these are not normal times. And in order to settle the public weal, let people have a clear understanding that those who have been put in authority to look after the monies of our country are doing so in a responsible and accountable manner. I support call by the minority for an independent committee of inquiry with institutional representation and a special prosecutor or a special counsel to the inquiry to be established in order to go into this matter within a very limited period of time and tell us exactly what took place and whether or not there has been any malfeasance and who were responsible for it, if any.
Nana Adom Akufo-Addo presidential candidate de ma New Patriotic Party enra enyumre ena sa ensemi odi candidate Alfred Woyomi Munsensem was say yes set up independent presidential commission mo hwe sansem nya no kwa asem no kan all that be that asem a akoba Nana Addo kotu dwa okofo dwa ya NDC fo atwe no a MPP fo so no ano mo ta akire no Nana Addo esan chirechire mu ni enti a okoka all that be that enti e no so.
It's extraordinary for me when that debate comes about this statement, all die be die, that those who are saying it, up till today, I don't know, I may be forgiven and I may be wrong. I've never heard the President of the Republic express any remorse or regret about the incidents that occurred in Adom, the incidents that occurred in Chereponi, that occurred in Akwatia, that occurred in Etiwa. Even the simple statement, oh, I regret those things, we will make sure they don't occur again. Because I think that if those kind of commitments are made, those kind of statements are made, then it puts into perspective those who are saying everything else. But there's silence on those matters. And those are the matters that have provoked these kind of sentiments. If it is that this is the pattern that we're going to have of electoral competitions in our country, then it's a dangerous pattern. And so far, that's the only pattern that has been established under the administration of President Mills. We have yet to hear him pronounce anywhere. Yes, will be, and largely the pronouncements that are made when he's abroad about fair and peaceful elections in Ghana. Fair enough. All of us are committed to that. Those of us who are Democrats and who have spent our life fighting for democracy or fighting for peace in Ghana. Because the exercise of democratic empowerment and government means exactly that. Peaceful transfers of power, peaceful political discussions. Those of us who have been in the trenches working for democracy, that is the state of affairs that we were working for, what we are pertaining in our country today. So if people from that background find it necessary to alert the country about dangers of a certain sort of conduct, I think that what should be put on the microscope is not their statements, but the conduct, the matters that gave rise to it. We want to hear the President and his leading figures tell us that that is not going to be what is going to pertain in November or December or whenever the elections are going to be. that these elections are going to be peaceful, there's going to be no violence orchestrated by anybody, and any attempt to orchestrate violence will not be the response that was met in Akwatia, where policemen say that they are not in a position to act because they have not been given authority to act. As if policemen need only authority to act when crime is being committed.
Nana Ado Danko Akufo-Addo na yetene kano defending the order I be die. Last yede beso so on someone another kind 2012 budget Dr. Kwabena Foko kan wo parliament media fund 1 million Ghana cedis aban so wote e dia to dia boanse ntrodwum de wo memha no na nado e kasafa ho kwa na dwem wo susu se yede seska no e be adwuma yetie no.
In this year's budget, some amount of money has been devoted to the development of the media. There's a media fund that the government is proposing that has been approved in this year's budget. I believe the amount involved is 1 million cedis. It's a welcome step. I think anything that will help strengthen the quality and the professional standards of our media is to be welcomed. But I do hope it's not going to be the thin end of the wedge, that perhaps a government with its back to the wall would see that as a fund to try and influence you to keep quiet on matters or to say things that are not true. My understanding is that the minority in Parliament has already indicated that they believe this money should be best managed by the Media Commission working in conjunction with your own association, the Ghana Journalists Association. Maybe that the Broadcasting Association also ought to be joined to that to make sure that it is the